How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of FSI's PGA DFS picks. We have the RBC Heritage Showdown Round 2. I am your host, TK Nation 47. What a fun round. For all the Stewart Cink first round leader bet tickets out there, so sorry. That's brutal. Cam Smith comes in on the PM wave and crushes with a 61, beating Stewart Cink by one stroke for the first round leader. I can only imagine that people who have that ticket are quite displeased with that and probably not watching the rest of the tournament. I certainly wouldn't. But if you played Stewart Cink and Cam Smith in showdown lineups, you probably won a lot of money. It's going to be one of them kind of courses this week where the wind isn't really picking up and the golf course is kind of soggy. The temperature's a little down, so the humidity's taking the ball flight a little farther. And yeah, we're going to see some really low scores tomorrow. It's going to be pretty hard to nail down who you think is going to continue to play this well, but I'm going to do my best. And yeah, let's get into it. First up, we have the 10K range in Dustin Johnson at 10.5 today. For round 2, he is going to be a fade. He was minus 1.1 on the approach. That's not that good for DJ, and his game hasn't quite been the same. I don't think he misses the cut. I think he can get around this golf course easy enough to make a cut and be kind of fine. And maybe he finds it on the weekend, and maybe there's a 8 under DJ round that we can try to nail, because that's certainly possible. You let DJ hang around long enough, he's gonna figure it out. But right now, his golf game doesn't look like he's figured it out. I think he lips into the cut. I'm more interested in him into the weekend if he makes it to the weekend. But for now, fade DJ until he shows us a glimpse of life. Webb Simpson at 10.3. This is a course horse, defending champ. He only had one birdie today. He didn't play his greatest, but the way that he can play this golf course, his finishes are telling me that there's going to be a mega round from Webb Simpson. I think it's going to be tomorrow. I want to play a lot of Webb, Simpson, and Collin Morikawa lineups. And then maybe if I can fit someone in the 9K range and then start punting and start flocking that 6K, 7K range with golfers, I think that's my strategy heading into tomorrow's showdown. I think that should be your strategy. Try to get as much upside as you can with 2 or 3 guys in this 9K, 10K range, and then try to spike the guys down at the bottom that are going to play out of their mind for a round. That's going to be the builds this week for showdown that are going to be paying off. So yeah, as I alluded to, Collin Morikawa 10K, 6 under, 3.3 tee to green, 5.7 total. He didn't even gain that many strokes with his irons, which is alarming to the field, knowing that Collin Morikawa shot this course 6 under and didn't even have his best iron day. So there is definitely going to be an even better Collin Morikawa round. If the golf scores continue to be like this, they're going to continue to be in his favor. I could see this being a golf tournament that finishes around minus 20, and Collin Morikawa may win it. John messaged my POC, John Cool 19, messaged me and he said, Morikawa, I'm playing Morikawa. So FSI is going to be all in on Morikawa heading into the weekend. I had to agree with him. So big fans for Collin. I hope he can pull it out. I'm sure our showdown lineups will love it. 9K is Will Zalatoris, 9,600. He shot 3 under, did a lot of work around and on the greens, which was good to see. His irons weren't there. I think he's still trying to get his rest post-Masters. I think just like DJ, if you let Zalatoris hang around, the approach numbers are going to get better. Could that mean that he has that round tomorrow? It certainly could. He ended the day with, I think, 3 birdies and then a par on 9. So he's certainly capable of taking it to this course. This is a new course for him. So now that he's got a round in, maybe now he knows where to hit those approach shots. So Zalatoris definitely always a threat to go super low. Daniel Berger was a really good fit for this course. I'm glad I have a lot of him in my classic lineups, 9,500, 4 under. He's just going to continue to go forward. He's going to be inside this top 10 come weekend time. 3.1 on the approach, 3.1 ball striking. He is my favorite play tomorrow in the 9K range. Cam Smith is the man of the hour at 9,400, 9 under. Off the charts good with all of his statistics. He shot a 61 and he didn't even gain that many strokes with his irons. Kind of like Morikawa, did a lot with the putter, did a lot with it around the green. So we could see Cam Smith even do even better tomorrow if the irons come back around. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of regression with the putter. We'll see. But I think with how his price tag and his ownership are going to be set up, I think it makes for a good GPP fade. And then you can put more emphasis on Berger and Morikawa and Webb. And if you want to get different, you can just fade Cam, or you can go with Cam and Morikawa and fade Berger and Webb, and get a little chalky down there at the bottom. So I think there's different ways like that to build your strategy for your showdown lineups tomorrow. I do like Corey Connors, Matthew Fitzpatrick, and Brian Harman. Those three golfers are kind of going to be forgotten with Cam Smith and Berger right there. But Corey Connors struck the ball very well. 4.3 on the approach, 4.6 ball striking. That's better than Daniel Berger. So Corey Connors is just going to continue to hit the ball like this. I'm just going to continue to roster. Fitz is kind of more of a fade tomorrow. It's a wait-and-see approach to see if his game can bounce back. I don't think it's worthy of a 9K play. Hopefully he makes the cut, drops to this 8K range, and we can get him first teeing off in the morning on the weekend. I think that'd be a better bet for us and Matthew Fitzpatrick. Brian Harman, 4 under, did a lot of it around the green and, decent tee to green numbers. I think he's just priced too high. This is a guy that could go birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey. But for that, I'd rather play something more sustainable. Connors, Cam Smith, Berger, probably the 3 best plays in this 9K range. 8K only got 2 plays, not much to like here. 8,600, I do like Sungjae M. 2.7 on his approach. He doesn't really gain approach shots that often. He's kind of like a Korean Patrick Reed. He gets a lot of it done around the green or off the tee. He just mix and matches what does well for each of his, each day he has something that does well differently. Hard to explain Sungjae M, but looks like he's comfortable. He does do well at the RBC, so I don't mind him. Sergio Garcia at 8,100 as well. The ball striking and approach numbers look great. He's not going to be putting well, but this is not a course. I think if you're hitting the ball well enough, you're not going to have to worry too much on putting. 7K, Billy Horschel, 7,800, 5 under today. Did 2 around the greens, 2.1 on the approach. I seen him make a lot of long putts. I don't think that's sustainable. I like Matt Wallace better at 7,600. He shot 600 today, 3,700, or 3.7 tee to green, 2.5 on the approach. He was lighting it up. I believe before Cam Smith and Morikawa started going nuts on this PM wave, Matt Wallace was first in strokes gain on the approach. So he led the field in the morning wave. I really like Matthew Wallace. Kevin Streelman as well, 4 under, similar numbers to Wallace. I think them two go hand in hand. I'd rather play them two over Horschel. Michael Thompson looks like he did a lot of it with his putter based on my research. I did have him jotted down. I don't mind him. I think he continues to go forward. Tom Hoagie at 7K, 4 under, 1.5 on the approach, 2.6 tee to green. I don't think that's a bad play at all. 6K, you got Stuart Sink at 6,800, 8 under today, 3.4 on the approach, 4.3 ball striking. Short course, Bermuda specialist. He won the Sanderson or Safeway. So he's already won this year on a coastal course that with Bermuda greens. This is just kind of his jam. He's been playing well through the Masters. Doesn't look like he's slowing down. I'm going to continue to roster Sink. I do have quite a bit of him in Classic, so that's good to see. KH Lee at 6,800. He shot 4 under today, 2.8 on the approach, 3.2 tee to green. Not going to lie, I really should have had more KH Lee in my lineups. Harold Varner III. Price dropped, but he shot 5 under, and he has similar strokes gain numbers to Sink and KH Lee. I think that's another strong 6K play. And 3 honorable mention 6K plays: Doug Gim, Adam Shank, and Wesley Bryan. Wesley Bryan shot really well today, tee to green, 4.1. So that'll do it for Showdown Round 2. And for the RBC Heritage, I am your host, again, TK Nation 47 on Twitter. You can get our core lineups and player pool for tomorrow's slate right now after this video dropped on the Discord, in the Discord channel, on our Twitter handle at fsidfs.com. Blah. All right, I'm done. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the weekend plays. Later.